Hey, greetings everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. A little late today making a video. I was visited by my granddaughter Juliet the last day or so. We picked her up yesterday morning and her afternoon, had her overnight, all day today. It was so special. So I didn't get a chance to make a video until after dinner tonight. And I thought I would talk about super audio CDs, SACDs as they're commonly referred to. Introduced in 1999, developed by Sony, joint effort with Philips. When they brought them onto the market, the whole idea was to take over the standard CD. It didn't quite work out that way. People just didn't take to it. By about 7, 8 years, they were kind of done. And if I remember, before I had an SACD player, going into like Best Buys and places like that and seeing bargain bins of these things selling for, $10 or $5. It was crazy. They're just trying to get rid of them. And now some of those sell for hundreds of dollars. It's crazy. If you're into the format, it's great. They kind of had two formats. If you're not familiar, there was an SACD only disc where you needed a dedicated player, a super audio CD player, which Sony was happy to make. Trust me. Few others. There were some audiophile ones around. I mean, they gave you a better sound. You could put more music on them. They held more information, and I'm not sure the technical details of how it all works and everything. But if you're interested in that, you can look that up. They also developed a hybrid version, which could be played on stand. You could play the standard version of the CD on a regular CD player and not play the CD layer or the SACD layer. So I had a SACD player for many years and collected a ton of them. I sold it about 2 years ago. I thought it was getting older, and I sold off all of my dedicated SACDs and kept my hybrid SACDs for the most part. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Got quite a few of them here. So let's get started. Okay, first, Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. These are just in alphabetical order. You can see it says right here SACD. Oh, that's another thing. This format allowed, which became really popular and still in today is very popular. It allowed for 5.1 surround sound options, and that's what people seem to really dig. That part of it now. I'm not a 5.1 guy. Two-channel stereo is it for me. That's what I grew up with. That's what I like. But I understand the 5.1 is just mind-blowing if you get the right discs. Anyway, this SACD certainly has a surround sound version, and CD stereo, CD audio. It is, now there's an insignia when you're buying these things. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. That's the SACD logo. When you see that, because you'll go bargain hunting for CDs and used bins, and you'll see these things kicking around. They're worth grabbing if you see them. So look for that label when you see some of these. I'll show you the ones that are kind of more common. But Eat a Peach sounds great. Another one I have here is the Animals. Retrospective. It's a hits album from the Animals. It sounds really good. Again, if you're looking down here, you'll see the SACD mark on there. But, they just look like a regular disc. So some of them have the SACD logo on the disc itself. But the Animals. This is my favorite one. This is a reissue of the original MoFi SACD of Patricia Barber's Cafe Blue. Is the best sounding disc I've ever heard. It's reissued in just a regular CD format. This is a hybrid, so you can see it says the regular compact disc symbol down there, and there is the SACD symbol. I love this album. My favorite, what we'll call audiophile CD. How about another company that makes these, Fidelity. And here is Jeff Beck's Truth. Again, you see the symbol. This is a hybrid SACD. They even write it there for you to see. Jeff Beck Truth. Big Brother and the Holding Company. One of my favorite albums of all time, Cheap Thrills. Again, this is a... okay, I'm taking that back. This one isn't an SACD, it's a gold CD. So let's ignore that. This one is not SACD. Sorry, taking that out of there. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Their first album, A Child is Father to the Man. What a great album this is. That is definitely SACD, hybrid, Audio Fidelity, as I said. Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. This is probably worth a couple of bucks, this one. Super Audio CD, it says right in the little thing right there. Sounds great. Again, the SACD label. Ziggy Stardust. A pretty damn good one. Next, Paul Butterfield, East West. Oh man, what a great album this is. Again, SACD. Fantastic. Sounds great. This one actually has the SACD logo in it. It is from Audio Fidelity as well. And yeah, fantastic stuff. Now we're into Eric Clapton. I've got quite a few Clapton ones. Behind the Sun. I think the Clapton ones sound really good. 461 Ocean Boulevard, which is an original master recording, a MoFi. Again, this is not SACD. I got them mixed up together. Forget that one, but it's a really nice recording. Okay, here's one. Journeyman, one of my favorite Clapton albums from the 80s. Hybrid SACD, Journeyman. What a great album that is. Next, what are we doing? We're going more Clapton. This is the best sounding Clapton one as far as I'm concerned. Slow Hand. It sounds great. Lay Down Sally sounds amazing on SACD. Fantastic. This is a really good Clapton album. Again, there's the logo on it. Fantastic. Eric Clapton. Creedence Clearwater came out with some, and they're really hard to find. The odd time you'll strike gold and find one. But I've got 1, 2, 3 of them. Green River, Willie and the Poor Boys, and Cosmo's Factory. Fantastic. They sound great. Really sought after. Those ones are sought after. They're good. Crosby, Stills, Nash. Forget it. Crosby, Stills, Nash. Forget it. The Doors. SACD. The Doors debut album. I'm kind of thinking this one might be worth $1 or $2 now. Interesting. Fantastic sounding album. This is, I bought this used. I talked about this the other day with great guitar players, more than one guitar player in a band or whatever, and Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, Paco de Lucia, Saturday Night in San Francisco, the follow-up to the classic Friday Night in San Francisco. Man, does this sound good. Super Audio CD. This only came out maybe 2 years ago, I'm thinking. Fantastic one with a surround sound mix and SACD. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Sounds pretty good. Now, Dylan came out with a whole series of them. In 2003, they released, man, I think the first Oh man, they released a ton of them. All the first albums, even up to Planet Waves and a few others here. So let me just check them here. I got. They sound really good too. Bob Dylan, Freewheelin'. Sometimes you see these in the used bins. Go to the Dylan bin and look. I got Planet Waves. I got Bringing It All Back Home. I've got John Wesley Harding. Now this one doesn't sound good. The harmonic on this is very ear piercing. It's unbelievable. When you put it on, you're just going, whoa, and Bob starts playing the harp. Not good, as far as I'm concerned. Another side of Bob Dylan, Love and Theft, and Highway 61. All SACDs, all kind of released around the same time, 2003. And again, like I said, if you check the Dylan bins, you can find those babies. Here's another one that's very rare and maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but Bela Fleck Drive. It's an original MoFi. It's the silver label MoFis, which mean they're not the first generation master. I think that's what that means, rather than the gold ones, which are supposed to be. But brilliant, brilliant album from Bela. Really hard to find. I'd say this is probably a $60 CD any day of the week if anybody's looking for it. Oh, what else have I got here? Elton John. They put out a bunch of Elton John ones, and I don't listen to Elton too much anymore, but I don't get rid of these because I figure at some point Elton John self-titled with your song on it. You can see the SACD label. Honky Chateau. My favorite Elton John album, Tumbleweed Connection. Probably my second favorite Elton John album, Madman Across the Water, because it has... I thought it had... I guess maybe it's not. And Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Next, the great John Hammond. I love John Hammond. It's called Rough and Tough. Sounds fantastic. SACD. Sounds amazing. The Kinks. This is a funny one. The Kinks put out a whole bunch of them too. This I bought. It's Sleepwalker, but it's not Sleepwalker. It's Misfits. It was in the wrong cover. I bought it used, so not a big deal. Where are we going from here now? Okay. Here's one that was really popular when it came out. I heard this sold like 800,000 copies. It's Dark Side of the Moon with a surround sound version. It's pretty sweet. That's my go-to Dark Side album. Now, I was talking about the Stones. They released a whole bunch of Stones titles. I think they might have been in a box set, if I'm correct. They were released in 2002. And I got a ton of these, and they sound really good. Again, I bought most of these in the used bins. If you're checking the Stones bins, just keep your eye open for these. I'm trying to see if you can see the SACD label. You can't really see it on that disc. I'm trying to find a cleaner disc. This one might be best. Here's High Tide and Green Grass. You can see all the insignias down here, and the first one is, it's down in there somewhere, probably right there. But again, open up the disc. They're in a cardboard cover, and here's the ones that I have. I love this one. Majesty's Satanic Requests, Flowers, as I said, High Tide and Green Grass. Get your yeah-yeahs out. They released a ton of these. Rolling Stones Now, my favorite early Stones album. Aftermath, another classic. Newest Hitmakers, one of the early ones. Out of Our Heads. December's Children, Let It Bleed, Between the Buttons, and I also have Beggar's Banquet, but it's in a box set back there. I keep it with my monos because I don't have the Beggar's Banquet mono version on there, so I keep that. Here's, see what these ones are. No, I don't have the cover for this, but it's, no, that's not it either. Let's see. A few more to show you. Bear with me. You ever pick up a bunch of CDs at once and they all kind of explode on you? That's what just happened. So these aren't in any order. That's Gold Compact Disc 2. Sacd. Yes, going for the 1. There you go. Again, you can see the label, Sacd label. Great album. I'm mixing up my MoFis with my Sacds. Tommy on Sacd. Fantastic. I love this. I love this one right here. See the Sacd mark. This has the original album and then outtakes and demos on a second disc. Fantastic. I love the Steve Winwood album. This was a big hit, but it's not Sacd. We're not going there. Oh, another one that sounds absolutely incredible. Muddy Waters Folk Singer. I'm telling you, it's like these three dudes are in the room with you when this plays. Fantastic. Sacd. There you go. Highly recommend this album. Fantastic. If you're into the bluegrass stuff or acoustic music, Chris Thile, one of the great mandolin players on the planet. This is his solo album. I love this title, Not All Who Wander Are Lost. Fantastic sounding disc. Fantastic. I went into a stereo shop one day looking for a new player, and I took that with me. And I put it on as a demo, and the guy's going, "What is that?" The guy who ran the store, and he was impressed. It sounded amazing. Cat Stevens' great album, Tea for the Tillerman. Super audio CD. There you go. Fantastic stuff. Another really cool one. Steely Dan, Gaucho. All Steely Dan stuff sounds great. Close to the Edge, yes. I get the feeling this one might be rare. It's a hybrid Sacd. It says right in the corner there. And last but not least for these ones, a hybrid CD of Warren Zevon's great album, Excitable Boy. Fantastic album. Now I got just a half a dozen more to show you from Mobile Fidelity. They can come out with these ones that are really like heavy duty covers. I've got the Allman Brothers. These are all numbered, limited editions. Allman Brothers Idlewild South, which is, doesn't say what it's limited to. I think 10,000, but this is 5102. Music from Big Pink, the band, sounds great. It is 3,273 is my number. Chicago Transit Authority, fantastic. I got number 3825. That could be limited to 5,000. I love this one, 1006. Great band album. Stage Fright. Dylan's Blonde on Blonde, one of my favorite albums of all time on Sacd. Brilliant. Sounds fantastic. I've got number 1587. Another one of my favorite albums. I'm about to do a video of my top 20 favorite albums. So, Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow, and this, a great gem that no one talks about. Los Lobos, Kiko, just a fantastic album. This sounds absolutely amazing. I got number 1260. And last but not least, Derek and the Dominoes. I mentioned this yesterday. We're two guitar players on one band. Oh man, Dwayne and Derek. This is number 946. That's my lowest number. So that's it for the Sacd collection. That was a 20-minute video, man. I hope you guys hung in there. I hope if some of you are into that format, please let me know. And we will talk soon. Take care.